For the last 15 years that I've been a software developer, it's meant, writing code, debugging it, Googling errors, reading documentation, and then repeating this cycle over and over again thousands of times. But now with AI agents, they can actually write, test, and refactor code for you. And if you've been paying attention, you've probably noticed the explosion of AI tools over this last year. Some people are saying that developers are about to be replaced. Others are saying that AI will make developers more powerful than ever. Well, in this video, I want to break down exactly what's happening and how developers who understand AI agents are becoming 10x, even 100x more productive than they ever have been. I'll show you how this new agentic coding approach works, why it's changing the developer stack, and how you can get started using it right now. And so if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory. I've spent the last decade helping developers stay ahead of major shifts in technology. So if that's something that you're interested in, then make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe. All right, so let's dive in. First, let's talk about what's changed with AI in the last few months that's made all this possible. So if you've experimented with AI coding before, you've probably used tools like, ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, or basically you just paste in some code, ask it some questions, and it gives you back an answer. Maybe it writes a function or fixes a bug or explains something that you didn't understand about the code. Now, that's helpful, but it's pretty limited. You're probably just copy and pasting everything into your editor. You're probably still writing most of the code yourself. And the AI is basically just acting like a smart assistant for you. That's not going to turn you into a 100x dev. All right. So maybe you've also tried tools like Cursor or GitHub Copilot. These go a step further. They help you generate the code directly inside your editor. But even then, the developer is still writing most of the system. Now, the real shift that's happening right now is there's something called agentic coding. All right. So instead of just answering questions and generating snippets, the AI can now actually operate inside your project. It can run on your system, and it actually changes the role of a developer. So instead of just writing every line of code yourself, you start directing the system. This is where you go from just a coder to more like an architect that's directing what's happening rather than, grinding out every single line of code. So said another way, it's like divorcing the act of coding from actual engineering. And that's why people are starting to talk about the idea of the 100x developer. So how does this actually work? Well, I'm going to break down everything in this video, but if you want the fast track to becoming a 100x developer using AI agents, I'm holding a live masterclass next Thursday on March 26th. Inside, I'll show you how agentic coding actually works, how to set up a coding agent on your machine, and how professional developers are actually using this in their workflows today. Zero hype. So trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hold your spot with the link down below. All right, so let's keep going. Now that we've talked about the big shift towards agentic coding, the next question is what does this actually look like in practice? Because when people first hear about this idea, they tend to go off in one of two directions. They imagine something just like autocomplete on steroids on one end of the spectrum. And on the other end of the spectrum, they think about installing something like OpenClaw on their computer that just magically does everything, runs 24/7 automatically, and then comes back with some perfect application that has no problem and requires virtually no input from you. Now, the truth really is somewhere in the middle. All right, it's much more powerful than autocomplete, and it's not quite as crazy as running some autonomous thing on your computer that's just going to constantly ship perfect code. So what does it do? Well, instead of just generating a few lines of code, an AI agent can now work across your entire project and even multiple projects, okay? So it can read files, it can understand the architecture of the system, it can create new components, modify existing code, and even debug errors and test things automatically if you set it up right. So in other words, instead of just thinking AI as a tool that you ask questions to or give it basic instructions, it actually starts behaving more like a collaborator that works inside a project along with you. And that's where the leverage comes from. So imagine that you're building a new application. Traditionally, you might start by setting up the entire project structure. Okay, you would configure your backend, set up the database, write the API endpoints, create front end with components, hook everything together, and that process alone might take you days or weeks depending on how complex it is. All right. But with agentic coding, a lot of that scaffolding work can now be generated really quickly. All right, you describe the goal, the agent analyzes the project, and it begins writing the pieces that are needed to make that happen. Now, this doesn't mean that the AI agent magically replaces the developer. You're still guiding the entire architecture of this. You still make the design decisions, you still review and improve the code, but the amount of mechanical work that's actually required to build a system can drop dramatically. Not to mention the cognitive load. And that's where this idea of the 100x developer starts to make sense, because historically, like, developers spent a huge amount of time doing things like, writing boilerplate code, debugging simple issues, searching documentation, copying patterns between different files. And while those tasks are important, like, they're not necessarily the most creative strategic parts of the software engineering process. And AI agents can now handle a lot of that repetitive work, which frees developers up to focus on bigger and more important things, like designing the system, thinking about user experience, solving interesting technical problems. Again, that's basically the developer shifting from being someone who just types code all day to someone who actually directs the system architecture and the actual creating of the software systems. Another way to think about this is, like, if you go back to the history of developer tools, if you go back far enough, developers used to actually write programs using punch cards. Okay. And then we got all different types of things. We got compilers, we got text editors, IDEs, version control, cloud infrastructure, et cetera, et cetera. Each step increased the leverage for the developer. And AI agents are basically just the next step in that direction. Okay, I even saw a developer the other day. I'm blanking on his name right now. If you can think of it, make sure you leave the comment down in the comment section below. But they were talking about, like, agents being sort of the new compilers. Now, I don't think it's a perfect analogy, but it's not too bad, because the actual source code that you're creating is secondary to the high-level process of you guiding the agent to actually creating that source code. And it increases the amount of software that a person can reasonably build. And that's why this shift is getting so much attention right now, and that's why developers have to understand this. Now, one other important thing to understand is that not all AI coding tools are the same. Some tools are primarily designed to help you write code faster, but others are designed to actually help you execute workflows inside your development environment. And agentic coding falls into that second category. So instead of just generating text, like, these agents can actually run commands, edit files, and iterate on solutions until it gets it right. That's a fundamentally different model. And it's one of the main reasons that developers are starting to experiment with these systems more seriously. And now there's two major important points that I want to make here. So I train software developers, I get to interact with them on a daily basis, and I hear this kind of thing come up all the time. Well, if AI can just write code, then what am I here for? Right? You might even be thinking about this yourself if you're a developer. So AI is changing how software engineers write code, but I don't see it replacing software engineers. I mean, if you go look at any of the big AI companies and see the open roles available for software developers, that should tell you something. Which brings me to the next important point. The quality of the work that you get from an agentic coding setup depends heavily on how well you instruct it and how well you configure your environment. So in other words, like, AI is powerful, but it's not magic. Okay, the output is only as good as the instructions and the context that you give it. This ties into another point, which is, like, if you're a developer, you're going to be able to get far more out of these tools than someone has no idea how software development actually works. Sure, there's a lot of vibe-coded apps out there floating around right now, but most of these projects are relatively simple in scope on the grand scheme of things. And if you've ever worked on a real production system, like something with thousands of files, complex architecture and multiple services, you can't just ask an LLM to one-shot the entire thing. So that's where real skill comes into play, because getting the most out of these tools isn't just about asking for code. It's about learning how to architect a workflow around AI. For example, things like how you define context, all right? How you get the agent to actually understand your code base. How to do things like context files, documentation, or even MCP servers that give the model a structured understanding of the project, and how much of that context can actually fit into workflow without too much bloat, how to do it efficiently, how to structure your prompts and instructions. And instead of just asking the AI vague questions, you can actually start to give it clear task constraints and goals. It's almost like managing another developer on your team, because it matters how you break complex systems into smaller problems. That's what good problem-solving developers do. Because large applications are rarely built in one shot. The real power comes from breaking a project down to its constituent pieces and then letting the agent tackle them step by step. And you can get really crazy with this, like how you can orchestrate multiple agents. So instead of having a single AI agent doing everything, like, you might have different agents responsible for different tasks. Like, one focused on writing code, one actually focused on reviewing the code, one on generating tests, one helping with debugging. And now you're starting to build an AI development pipeline. And then you get into, like, how you actually automate the development loop. And this is where things get really interesting. You can start chaining together steps like generation of code, running tests, detecting failures, fixing errors, and then actually refactoring. And the AI can iterate through that cycle automatically. And once you start thinking about development this way, the role of developer shifts again. You're not just writing code, you're designing the system that builds the code. And that's where the real leverage comes from. Now, if you zoom out for a moment, you can see why this matters beyond just productivity, because every major shift in developer tooling tends to create new opportunities. When the web became mainstream, like developers who learned the web technologies early had a huge advantage. When mobile apps exploded, developers who understood mobile platforms early had an advantage. And the same thing with cloud computing, okay? Every single big tech shift presents this type of opportunity. And we are seeing the same thing happen right now with AI-driven development. Developers who learn to effectively use these tools early will likely have a significant advantage in the coming years. Not because the tools are like doing all the work for them, right? But instead, it's because they dramatically increase the amount that a single developer can accomplish. Okay, so before we wrap up, let's recap the big ideas. First, AI has evolved beyond simple chatbots that can generate small pieces of code. Second, we're starting to see the emergence of agentic coding where AI agents actually operate with a project that helps build systems. And third, this shift is changing the role of the developer from someone who simply writes every line of code to someone who directs and orchestrates the entire development process. And that's why people are starting to talk about this idea of the 100x developer, because you get such insane leverage. Now, if you want the fast track to becoming a 100x developer using AI agents, then again, I'm holding a live masterclass next Thursday on March 26th. Inside, I'm going to show you how agentic coding actually works in practice, how to set it up on your machine and get it working for you, and how real professional developers are using this workflow every single day with zero hype. So trust me, you don't want to miss this. Make sure you hold your spot with the link down below. And if you got value from this video, then make sure you smash the like button down below and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.